the point also to keep advocating for this type of molds. They are, let me see how I can show it the best. They are quite shallow and the edges are round. And I think that helps a lot so the cakes don't stick to it. And the 3 rings in one mold, I guess that should have its own video, but I will keep mentioning that I find that to be quite genius. Makes it so much easier to do, I guess, pretty much everything from baking to unboxing, if you can call it that, when I take the cakes out of the molds, and sorting the rings before you stack them, stacking them if you are going to ship the cake. All of these things are made so much easier by having 3 rings in one mold rather than having molds with only 1 ring in them. And also, you know, they are pretty easy to wash. I don't remember, maybe I don't even use soap. I just rinse them off with warm water. And imagine the difference between washing 6 molds like this and 18 loose rings. What I don't know though is if single molds typically can be washed in the washing machine. These are not recommended to wash in the washing machine. Isn't that for clothes? I mean dishwasher. My first set of 3 rings in one mold I used to wash in the dishwasher. Didn't think much of it. Seemed completely fine. And then when I bought some new molds, the seller said that they don't need greasing at all. I've tested it. I would still definitely use both grease and semolina or some other, as I said, potato flour or cornstarch to cover them. But it was doable, and I have a video of that as well, where I laid out how much time I used to grease and cover with semolina and how long it took to get the cakes out of the forms when there was no grease. It's definitely doable, but I prefer greasing and covering with semolina all the way. The trick was, and it still is, I have a video on that too, when I wasn't quite present during this process here, the forming, and I didn't roll the dough out as thin as I usually do. Maybe I do make them a bit thinner than my finger. Maybe I got hung up in that video that I aim for finger thickness. I guess they are as thick as my pinky, just about. Anyway, losing my train of thoughts again. Yeah, when I made the rings that thick, they still, with greasing and semolina, got a bit stuck to the molds, and some more than others. And the trick is to bang them a bit. And when I did try to not grease molds, I did experience that I had to bang so much that some of the cakes broke into several pieces. It's no big deal, it's just why risk that when it's fairly easy to avoid?